So now we're gonna make the sweet onion corn relish. And first thing we're gonna do is get the corn. And the recipe says to blanch it, which means drop it in the hot water. My cat just attacked me. Ouch. Anyway, you blanch it by dunking it in boiling water for a couple of minutes and then throwing it in ice cold water. And then it says to grill it for the grill marks and get that nice charcoal flavor on there. But we're not Bobby Flay and we ain't gonna do all that work. So we're just gonna cut it off the cob and I'm gonna show you how to do that quite easily. Take the corn and your serrated knife in hand and you're just gonna pull it through nice and slow like that. And it's just gonna pull all the corn off real easily. Just do it slowly and watch your wrist, because we don't want any cut wrists, do we? So now we got all the corn nicely cut, looking beautiful. And so what we're gonna do is the recipe called for all that other nonsense. What we're gonna do is just throw it in the onion mixture a little bit early so that we can cook it. Blanching doesn't cook it too much, just a little bit would leave it kind of crunchy, and the grill marks just give a little bit of flavor. So we could almost follow the recipe, maybe throw it in about 5 minutes earlier than it says to. Now we need to chop up some onions, 2 Vidalia onions that look like this. We need 2 of them. So now we have our 2 onions diced. And as you can hear, the oil's getting ready. The reason why it's going nuts there in the background is because there's a little water in the pan. And water and oil don't like each other when they get hot. So now the oil is ready. You can see it shimmering a bit. So we're gonna add all of these onions in there and a little salt and pepper. And so we added the onions. We're gonna take a spoon here, mix it up, get all the olive oil coated on these onions, and then we're going to cook this over a medium-high heat. And don't stir it like crazy, because you got to let them cook a little bit. If you keep stirring it, you'll be stirring forever and they're not going to cook. So you got to leave it for a minute or 2, I'd say maybe 2 to 3, and then come back and stir it a little bit more, and then keep going till they're nice and caramelized, which is like kind of see-through and they get a nice golden color. Now that the onions have a little bit of that clear color to them and they're starting to get gold, we are going to add the corn now, because the corn needs to cook because it's still raw. So here we go, we're just gonna dump all that in there, set that on the side. Stir away, and we have cooking corn relish for days. Excuse my language. Don't forget to add some salt and some pepper to the mixture. So our corn mixture is done. So it's got salt and pepper, it's got the corn and the onions, and it tastes awesome. I like the corn still a little bit crunchy, but you can make it however you want. It doesn't really matter. Now we're gonna come over here and we're gonna take our basil leaves, our 6 basil or basil, whatever, and we're gonna roll it up. So we're gonna stack them like this. And then we're gonna roll them all up, and then we're gonna take the knife and slice them like this. So those are our basil leaves rolled up. Kind of looks like a really ugly cigar. And then we're gonna slice it, and that's called chiffonade. So there it is, rolled up, and then you slice it really finely like this, and then that's what you get. You get these nice kind of strings of basil. That's going to be taken over here, sprinkled in this mixture right here. I'm going to stir that up. And then we're going to add the creme fraiche. Yes, creme fraiche. And you have to watch the South Park that has to do with cream fraiche. Season 15, I think. So here's our cream fraiche, and we're gonna take 2 tablespoons of that. Remember, that's the one with the B in it, people. Sometimes when you open stuff like this, like yogurt or creme fraiche, it's got some water. You can see that extra water. What you want to do is just mix it all together. So blend it all together before you take your measurement. So now it's perfect, now that you've mixed it up. If you can't find creme fraiche, you can use plain yogurt, but there's definitely a different taste. But similar consistency, and you might get away with it, but don't recommend it. So now we got the 2 tablespoons of creme fraiche right there. And what we want to do is we want to fold it in. Just kind of this action. You pull from the bottom. You don't stir. You take it easy, basically. And you just keep pulling from the bottom and folding over like this. You keep doing that till it's all mixed in. Then you're good to go, and your relish is done and ready to eat.